Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. It is Sat Chat time, and I gotta say, I really don't have that much to talk about this week, but we'll see. What do you think? Place your bets. Can I talk for 28 minutes? Of course, you get to see the little timestamp on the screen because you are future people, and I am past Lindsay, and I have no idea. I hope you're having a great week. It was Valentine's Day this week, and Jason got me these flowers. Aren't they pretty? And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring them down to the studio, and they can decorate the set. And then maybe I will like sketch or paint them or something like that. This is so cheerful, so fun. And I did a special Valentine's artwork. I did this marker illustration. I time-lapsed it. I didn't really have time to edit it down in real time. It took about an hour and 20 minutes to do, so you can check that out if you want to, but it was fun. I was trying out some new paper, the new mirror paper. It's like the render paper where it doesn't like bleed through to the back. Oh, I just spit on you there. I'm so sorry. But like, look at this. Okay, so this is the page I did, and that's the back side of the page. Like, no ghosting, no bleeding through at all. So it's kind of like the render paper, but it doesn't shift. Like, it doesn't get darker when you're working on it, and then like shift lighter. So I think that's a lot easier, especially for beginners that can't like, or haven't yet mentally accounted for that shift when they're sketching. So anyway, I'm excited to use that paper some more. Some people might be like, why bother using both sides of the paper? But with like marker art, it's not like I would hang it up. I would keep it in a sketchbook. Markers fade no matter what, unless you're using like the very few amount of light fast markers out there, like Winsor Newton, Aqua, what are they called? Watercolor markers. Those are light fast. The Faber-Castell watercolor markers, I believe, are light fast. Winsor Newton used to have a ethanol based. It was like an alcohol marker, except it was more opaque. I think they just called them pigment markers, but they discontinued those. But those are the only like alcohol-like markers that were ever light fast, so I'm not worried about that. I'm not gonna be like hanging them up on the wall or anything. So working on both sides of the sketchbook, I like to be able to do that if I want to. So anyway, yeah, Valentine's, yay! I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. If you celebrate, it's not really a secular. It's just kind of a thing. I don't know, what do you call that? It's like a special day, like National Pizza Day, which I believe was last week. We're gonna have pizza tonight. We missed Pizza Day, ironically, for the amount of pizza that's consumed in this household, that we missed National Pizza Day. But yeah, we're gonna get pizza tonight. So update on the Michael's class that's next Friday. It's free. I'll put a link in the video description for you to sign up. There was an issue with needing a phone number to sign up for a Michael's account and for the class. They took away, you don't need to use a phone number to sign up for a Michael's account, but you do need to put a phone number still to sign up for the class, but you can just make something up. Like, you know, like when you watch a movie and it's like 555-1212, you know, they use the fake phone numbers so like people can't really call, you know, it and like, you know, bother anybody. So use one of those 555 fake movie numbers to sign up for the class, I guess, because I think there's some other issues with the website too they're trying to finagle, and I don't think my phone number issue on my free class is a high priority. But you should be able to sign up, just make something up in the phone number field. What they use that for is to send a text message prior to class to say, hey, class is about to start, go, you know, click on the link in your email, because that's what they do. The classes are live, so like next Friday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern time. I don't know what that is where you live, but yeah, you'd get like a little email a couple hours early, you click on that at class time, and then at the time that it's supposed to go live, we would all be doing our thing, and we're gonna do brush technique. So all you need to have is a number 8 round brush, or whatever round you have, but I would say between like a 6 and a 12 would be good, and a 1/2 inch flat, or you could use a 1 inch flat. You can use whatever size you want. The bigger the brush, the bigger the paper you're gonna need. But yeah, 1/2 inch is a real common size. I figured most people would have that, but yeah, you can go bigger if you want to. Like if you had my set of brushes from Craft Ammo, you could use the number 8 round and the 1 inch flat. That would be totally fine. It's a brush technique class, so you're not gonna end up with like a finished artwork. You're gonna probably have a big piece of paper with like lots of brush marks and squiggles and things like that. And I'd say use your cheap paper. This is the type of thing you want to use the paper that you bought and you don't really like very much, or maybe the sizing's gone bad, or you just want to use it up. You know, use that watercolor paper, or even, you know, if you have mixed media paper that's got decent sizing on it that can handle, you know, the watercolor brush strokes. But yeah, use up the stuff that that's not precious, because it's really about you getting the practice and learning the brush control and stuff. So and like I said, it's free, so so come and check it out. You're not out anything but an hour of your time. It's only an hour long. And if you're interested, I would love it if you signed up. Even if you can't make it live, there will be a replay, like the 24 to 48 hours later they'll post a replay. So and you can always access the replays, I believe, on the Michaels YouTube channel or on the Michaels website. I think they have the past classes, but they've been going through a website redevelop over the past month, so everything might not be up. That's why I was kind of late telling you guys about the class, because I didn't get assigned the class until like 2 days before they were going to be revamping the website. So it didn't get posted till after the new website went up. Huh. Oh, so many things. All of this to say, make up a phone number if you're trying to sign up. What else is new? The weather's getting warm. I know it's not going to last, but you know, I'm an eternal optimist. And yesterday it was 50 degrees out. I took the convertible out. I brought it home. It was all salty. I'm like, oh, I can't put that away. I can't put my convertible away salty. But our hose isn't hooked up yet because it's still winter. Things will still freeze. So I got a bucket, like you know, a mop bucket, and it took me 3 bucketfuls to rinse the car off. And then I got the turtle wax going, turtle car wash wax stuff, and I scrubbed her down, and then took another 3 buckets to rinse her off again and then polish her up, and she's looking pretty sweet. She's back in the garage. I don't dare take it through a car wash because, well, for one thing, if I took it through a car wash, that would be in the city, and then by the time I got home it'd be dirty again, because you know, the puddles, things were melting and stuff, and I wanted to put it into the garage all precious and clean. So I washed it in the driveway. But it's a small car, so it's really quick to wash. I think it took me like 15 or 20 minutes, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And it looks so good. I'm really enjoying that. Man, I'm telling you what, I totally get it. I totally get the midlife crisis convertible. You know? I mean, it's the best. It's the best. And I needed a car anyway. It's the first car I've ever picked out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm getting what I want. So yeah, I took the car out 3 times since we last spoke, because I recorded Sat Chat last week on Thursday. It is Friday at noon right now when I'm recording. And so after I did Sat Chat last week, I went into town. I had a bunch of errands to do, and I actually found lipstick that does not wear off, because I usually, like, if I wear makeup when I film Sat Chat, and if I'm going out to dinner or out with friends or out with my husband or something, but that's pretty much it. I don't wear makeup every day, because like I love to wear bright lipstick. I love bright red lipstick, and I think it's like an instant like mood lifter boost, you know. But it always wears off, so I have to keep the lipstick in my pocket, and you know what happens? I throw my clothes in the wash, and the lipstick melts and gets all over everything. And I'm somebody who hates to shop anyway, and I don't have a ton of clothes, so it's like, ah, it's so frustrating when I accidentally wash my lipstick in with my clothes. So anyway, I found this lipstick. It's called Outlast by CoverGirl, and I got it in coral and I got it in red, and this is the red one, and you put it on. It's like paint. You put it on and you let it dry, and then it's got this like lip balm that goes over it, and you put the lip balm on top, and then you can keep reapplying the lip balm. So, because that's one thing that I have used the long wearing lipsticks before, but they always feel so like cakey and gross and chalky, and I like, and they're very matte, and I like a gloss personally. So yeah, I'm really liking it. I got the coral and I got the red, and yeah, I'm here for it. It works really well. And I also found some Outlast foundation, which it's really heavy. I have to say that, so I have to thin it down. I just used a little bit like under my eyes and on my nose. But I think I got it a little light. It's like at my winter pale. It's like winter pale shade. It was light ivory, I think, because usually I get like a classic ivory, so I think I need to go a little bit darker, like to the classic ivory. But I, you know, that was fine for highlight, and it's got a little pump topper, so hopefully it stays nice and fresh. But anyways, I thought I'd try a couple new bits of makeup. I also tried some liquid eyeliner, but I realized that that requires a lot of precision, and you know, you don't have your glasses on when you're putting makeup on, and I can't see well enough to do to do liquid eyeliner. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm like, oh, I could see why Vichy has those those makeup readers where like the lens swivels. So that like you can have a reading glass in one eye and do your makeup. My friend Cindy says you just need a magnifying mirror, and I'm like, I don't think I want to look at my pores under a magnifying mirror, but I might have to do something. I don't know. I don't really love the look of the liquid eyeliner, the sharp, severe look of that. I like something a little bit more smudgier anyway, but I thought I would give it a try because it would also be fun to, I don't know, maybe like do for Halloween makeup or something. You could do like, you know, draw your face like a crazy zombie or something. You know, you could get details, or you could do like Morticia eyebrows, or I don't know, something. I thought it was fun. There was a big makeup sale at Martin's, in case you're wondering. They had a bunch of like oh yeah, I got all this stuff for like 80% off because Martin's had a and if you're not from Maine, you don't know what I'm talking about. So in Maine we have a store called Martin's, and it is this like a surplus store, I guess, and they had this little kiosk in the middle of it, which was all cosmetics, and so they all had their stickers on them, the price stickers on them from the whatever store they came from, whatever store caught on fire that they got all their, I don't know, I don't know how they get different stuff, but anyway, everything was 80% off the marked price. So I'm like, what the heck? I'm trying that. I'm trying that. I'm trying that. You get a car. You get a car. You know, I'm just like trying some different stuff. And yeah, I might go back. I was actually going to go back yesterday because I was in town. I was taking my son to H&R Block to get his taxes filed, and you know, yay, adulting. And I was going to zip in there, but I didn't have enough time, so I didn't. And then I forgot about it. And but yeah, I'm gonna try a darker shade of the what's it called, Outlast foundation, because it's got SPF 30 or SPF 15 or SPF 8. It's got some SPF in it anyway. And so that's nice because then you have the benefit of the sunscreen. Although I don't think I wear my makeup heavy enough to get the sunscreen benefit, because with that I have to use like a wet sponge to like apply it because it's so opaque. I don't know, I don't want it that heavy, but that was fun. So CoverGirl Outlast stuff, I'm giving it a thumbs up. I know you didn't come here for this, and I'm not a makeup expert, but I have to say I really enjoyed that. I usually wear the CoverGirl Clean foundation because people ask me that sometimes. I know this is like, oh, by the way, this has nothing to do with art today, so if you're watching this waiting for some tasty little artsy tidbit, who knows what we're gonna say. I don't know. I don't know. I'm ready for summer though. So yeah, yesterday totally felt like spring, and today it's pouring. Which rain, I will take the rain over snow anytime, but the unfortunate thing is that it was actually pretty nice. I mean, it was cloudy and stuff, and I walked the dog this morning, but it was upper 30s, I would say, but the weather guy said that it was going to fall throughout the day and then things are going to get icy. So I don't like that because icy roads are way worse than snowy roads. That's where you get real dangerous because sometimes you can't see it, and then you know, you just lose control. So so I don't like that. I'm hoping that my kids, wherever they are, stay put. Jackson said he was going to come over and do laundry today, so that's another reason I'm getting the sat chat done a little earlier today, because otherwise the water pump will be going off like crazy. But yeah, anyway, supposed to get icy. I hope we don't lose power and have a big ice storm. Those aren't very fun. Hopefully it stays warm if that happens, because it's dangerous. At least it's not the dangerous cold that we had a couple weeks ago. But anyway, I totally feel like spring. I feel like it's coming. I'm ready to wear sundresses and color my hair blonde, and which I've already started. I've started the blondening process. It was funny, I posted a video on Thursday afternoon. Okay, so this week I have not been all that creative, I've got to say. I was helping my son get his tax stuff together, and then I was like, oh, I just ought to get my stuff together. My tax preparer is this lovely older gentleman who's been doing my taxes since I had the studio downtown in the 90s. And at that point, he was retiring from his bank job, and he's still been doing tax prep freelance. So every year, I'm kind of like hoping that he hasn't decided to retire for good. But I'm like kind of bracing myself for that for the year where he's like, yeah, I'm hanging up my calculator. whatever else an accountant uses, I don't know. He does the math, so I don't have to. So I was like, well, I'm gonna get all my stuff together too, and just make sure I have it. There isn't anything I'm missing, and then check over the kids' stuff, make sure they're not missing anything. And it makes me very nervous. Don't like, well, nobody likes taxes, but it's just it's very scary. You're always afraid you're gonna miss something or do something wrong. So that's why I always use a professional, because I'm like, I gotta have somebody else's name on the form. Somebody needs to be looking over this stuff too and make sure everything looks good, because yeah, but so I couldn't focus on anything. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to gather up all my tax stuff, add up all my expenses, make sure I have everything together. Since I can't focus on anything creative right now, I'm just going to get that done. You know, you got to eat the frog. You got to do, if I'm anxious about something, I can't just like procrastinate on it, or I get more and more and more worked up. I have to just, the best way to fight anxiety is just to tackle your demon, you know, is to go right for it. And that's worked for me pretty well through life, I guess. So I got that ready, but it means I didn't really do much creative stuff this week. I was kind of feeling a little, what's the word? It's not really crestfallen isn't the right word. It's more just dejected, a little dejected, I guess. Because I posted something on okay, all right. Please forgive me, I may whine for a couple moments here, but then I will be fine and I will move past it, because, you know, the only way past is through. So I posted something. This is gonna sound like, this is gonna sound so bad. I posted something and I did not get enough attention for it. Oh, I laughed just hearing myself say that out loud. But anyways, I posted something on Instagram. I thought it was delightful, and I got like 16 likes in like 24 hours. And I've got 20,000 followers, give or take, on Instagram. And generally I post something, and even if it's not like a very popular, good piece of artwork, I still get like at least 100, 150 likes on something, you know, the first day. Like 16, I'm like, this isn't even getting out in front of people. So I did the same, very similar thing, but I did it in a reel format, which is like those little videos that YouTube, actually everybody wants you to make these short videos on their platforms now. And that got all kinds of like feedback and interaction. It's like, so it's just kind of like, Lindsay, if you want to do this and you want to get views, you need to play their game. What's the problem here? And I'm so obstinate that it's like, no, I don't want to play their game. I want to get the views, but I want to do it my way. I want to post what I want to post. I want to post it the way I want to post it, and I just want to get what I want. I just want what I want, and that ain't happening. So I was taking my ball and I was going home. Basically, I was having myself a little temper tantrum. I was having myself a little fit, a little pout. And I posted a video about another and somebody said, "Oh, Lindsay, it's your yearly." It's your yearly rant. I'm like, it is. That's so funny, because I didn't realize it. But like, yeah, it's like about every February I'll have some big I'll have video where I'm like, what do these people want? Why does everyone, you know, say I'm not frugal anymore or whatever? Yeah, and yeah, I can totally see, like, you know, my naysayers' points. They've got points. They've got. But anyway, so I posted a video. I'd actually recorded it like a month ago, because after I did the room hoard cleanup and tour, you know, I always get people, I think they just come, that's like the first video they've ever seen of mine, and they're like, what, that's not frugal, look at all that stuff you have. And thank you so much for the outpouring of support. That was just really wonderful. But yeah, it's like once a year, once a year, Lindsay's gotta go. She's gonna like have a fit. I'm gonna have my yearly temper tantrum. But thank you so much for indulging me. So that was the other day, and I also, you know, and I didn't know if I was gonna post it, because like I said, I recorded it a couple weeks ago. But I was like, Lindsay, it's now or never, because that video was related to the craft room videos that you just posted. And also, I've been thinking, I've had a few requests to do a palette tour, and if I spin my camera, I think I can. Oh, maybe can I? There we go. You see that shelf over there? That's all my watercolor palettes. And so I've had a few requests for a tour of the watercolor palettes, and I'm like, oh, do I want to open myself up for the criticism that I will get on my watercolor palette collection? And I know we've discussed this several times. I can't believe people still watch this. But I've still been kind of like, oh, first of all, it's going to be a long video, especially if I do all the palettes, like student grade and professional grade. it's going to be a long video. But then it's like, I don't really want to break it up into several videos because I think that would just be like, oh, I don't know. I don't think people would watch more than one video. So I think it's better to have it in one, and then people can like maybe do timestamps or something. So like, you want the student grade ones, they're here. You want the travel ones, they're here. If I'm that organized. So I don't know. I think I will. I think I will record it just because, you know, people have asked, maybe I'll do it after this. Why not? Why the heck not? I'll just do it, and then I'll upload it to YouTube, and I'll hem and haw for another 2 weeks to decide whether I want to post it or not. By then my hair will probably completely to my blonde, the blonde of my desire stage. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. It's like, if I don't post that other one, it relates to the craft room video, so I have to post it then, like somewhere within the month of those videos coming out, and then also before I color my hair to the next seasonal color choice, which I am on the way. I've kind of got an ombre thing going here. I washed my hair with clarifying shampoo last night like 3 times, and the red was still coming out of it. I'm like, we're moving forward. It's the hardest color to get to hold to your hair, but then when you change your mind and decide you want to do something else, it will just death grip on those follicles. It's like, oh no, be careful what you wish for. Now we want to stay red hair molecules. That's what they say. I kind of like this color though. It's kind of in between. It's kind of like it's a little pink. It's a little strawberry blondish, I guess. I don't know. But it's fine for now. I'm still in the winter pale stage of my face, so I need a little contrast. We're not summer tan yet. And I almost put the convertible top down yesterday. I probably should have because it was so nice out, but I didn't. It's like, why not? You know, live your life. Live your best life. Put the top down on the convertible if the weather's good. What's my problem? I don't know. But I did start making little lists on my phone. I was like, so I was doing some brainstorming this week, kind of like letting the field go fallow here, and instead of creating, kind of brainstorming, coming up with other ideas, what would be new and fresh. I don't want to be a trend follower. I want to be a trendsetter. I want to come up with some new things. I don't just want to like do what's popular. I want to find something new, you know? And so I've just been like, I have so many scripts of paper and little notes on my phone and different things like that, just different ideas that I think will be fun. Series that I started and kind of like, you know, got distracted from, that I want to, like the what is this thing and why did I buy it? Which is kind of it's going to be a nostalgic series, I think, because it's really going to be useless information unless you have any of these moldy tools that I have, which probably most people don't. You can't buy them unless you find them on like eBay or something, I guess. But I also think that would be really fun. I love seeing old stuff, you know, like what I remember. I had thought of like, do you remember Caboodles, and like Sassabee makeup organizers? I love those things. And, you know, I'm like, I wonder if they still make those. And then like, so that led me on scrolling through Pinterest and seeing all these old makeup organizers that I remembered from the 80s and 90s. And I'm like, I just think it's fun to look at those things. So maybe a video like that would be fun for people to see. I don't know, maybe it won't, but I'm just trying to think of kind of like off the wall, out of the box ideas of things that just might be kind of fun and different, you know, because I just, you know, when I'm scrolling on YouTube, I'm seeing like a lot of the same stuff, and I don't know, I don't want to put out more of the same stuff. There's enough of that stuff, and people can find it other places. They don't need it from me. I'm certainly not going to do a better job than some other person showing that stuff, so why don't we do something different, I guess. And something that popped into my head today, and I don't know where it came from, but do you remember batons? Like from when you were a kid? And I was just thinking, man, I used to love to twirl a baton. And I was like, geez, I wonder if my mother has any of my batons. You know, the batons are like the metal sticks with like the rubber ends that you like spin around. And I think I loved baton twirling as a kid. I have several injuries from baton twirling because I'd like, you throw that sucker up and you're just hoping for the best. But I used to love batons, and I never gave my kids batons because, unless they were little plastic glitter filled ones, because like those are dangerous, and I didn't want my kids to get hurt. But I was like, oh man, my kids are out of the house now. I think I might get myself a baton to twirl around, because I haven't done that in a long time. And I think what happened was I think I gave up baton twirling around the same time I took up juggling. So so that makes sense, you know, kind of because they're very, very similar hobbies. But you know, think about your old hobbies and what you might want to pick up again. Because I think that we always have to be like challenging our brains and our bodies and you know, finding that, you know, juicy bits of fun in every day and, you know, and play, you know, we need to play. We need to play no matter what age we are. So yeah, so that's my advice for the day. You need to play no matter what age you are. Don't see if I actually, did I make any notes? I don't know. I made some notes, but I don't know, I don't know what they were because I didn't have anything really to talk about. Oh, I got a really great question, and I have a couple minutes here. Somebody asked me, if crafting wasn't your job, what supplies would you have? And that's probably more than I could answer here, but I thought that's a really interesting question. I probably would have I wouldn't have so many watercolor sets probably. I do love collecting like vintage palettes and stuff like that, but I probably would have my Big Jones palette with my M. Graham watercolors. I don't, and probably like maybe the portable painter because I love that for travel. That would probably be it. And you know, I'm not really that, honestly, I'm really not that picky about like if I run out of burnt sienna, I can get it from M. Graham, I can get it from Da Vinci, I could get it from Winsor Newton. Well, no, I don't really like Winsor Newtons that much. Sennelier or whatever. I would pick out I would just buy a new tube when I ran out of a color rather than like buying that brand of that color because I'm not that picky, to be honest. I would have a back stock of paper. I always do. I would probably have I would have those markers, my open stock markers, but I wouldn't have like a bunch of random sets probably. You know, because I'm not really that brand specific, honestly. I find what I like and then that's good. I probably still, because I'm trying to think of what I had before I started my YouTube channel. Like I had full set of Polychromos, Prismacolor, I had like the Derwent watercolor pencils and the Derwent ink tints. I would definitely have the Derwent ink tints, the Prismacolor pencils. I don't know, I probably still would be a bit excessive, but I probably wouldn't have a lot of the brand new brands that have come out like over the last few years, last 5 years or so, because I really wouldn't have a reason to get them or a need for them because I already have a fully stocked supply closet basically. But it is neat to try those because sometimes you find those diamonds in the rough and people that are just getting into it can save quite a bit of money before they decide whether they were ready to spend, you know, big bucks on a more legacy brand, I guess. So I thought that was a really interesting, interesting question, and I just thought I wanted to like address it a bit because what a great question. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the comments. Bye!